Hello, this is T.B.I.Survivor as in Traumatic Brain Survivor. Before you watch this video, please like and subscribe. Please, I will really appreciate it. And now, on to the video. Hello and welcome to Marine2. Before we talk about the negatives of this game, let's talk about the positives of this game.
For the Emperor!
Number 1, the graphics. The graphics is, well, gorgeous. Of course, some games, graphics can be gorgeous but boring, or the other part, graphics can be great but terrible design. This game, well, can tell it has so many. Graphics is great and the spirit of this game looks like grim dark, as in grim darkness of the future. So, yeah, the graphics is beautiful. Number 2, the story. If you like the story of the first game, with the whole epic battle and a simple story being about orcs and versus space marines, well, this game has 3 of them. You're still following Titus, but you have 2 other people. This game's story is, in my personal opinion, a lot better than the first game. The first game was good, but this game is a lot more epic in scale, and it's just a simple story about masculine man kicking Xenobots. But I won't spoil the rest of the story because I want to spoil everything for you guys. I want you guys to experience for yourself. That's how epic this story is. Number 3, the co-op mode. The co-op mode is, well, the story, but with extra players. You cannot have random teams. It sucks, but I get it. It's fine with me, but you can play with your friends. I've been playing with my brother. I played once by myself, the story, and played via the second time with my brother, which is even a better experience because you have somebody else to play with you. I mean, the AIs are good and all, but nothing compares to an actual person playing with you. Let's know what they're doing. And it's just a lot better experience with other people playing the story. That's what was missing from the first game, is multiple people playing with you and killing orcs. And this game expanded on it. You get to play as Gadriel, which is awesome, but these 2 characters have their own abilities too. One has a beacon device that wherever it tracks, it'll weaken the enemy so it's easier to kill, and the other guy can scream and push enemies away from it with crowd control. Number 4, the PvE mode. The PvE mode is similar to the co-op mode, but instead of being a set character, you can make your own character. With every warrior, every class being having their own personality, which I like the tactical and the vanguard. These guys you can customize all you want. Like my favorite faction and chapter is the Space Wolves, which they haven't gotten enough love in the video game. They only had one crappy mobile game, but that's about it. But you can customize them to be Blood Angels, Black Templars, Imperial Fists, which this is all great, and you can customize their armor too. And every class has their own armor sets, which makes you want to play the one of each class to upgrade, have their own armor sets. Like I said, I'm a tactical and vanguard person, so those are the most customizable I have right now, which is awesome. I do get what the people are saying, which don't limit the whole class system. PvE is great, just sucks that it only has 6 missions. But the 6 missions is quality over quantity, which I love. In which every time I play a mission, it's different every time. Not the mission themselves, but the variety of enemies. Sometimes the beginning can have like just a little squad of little enemies, or play the mission again to see, hey, instead of a few little enemies, you have a few little enemies and a big warrior with it, which is a good way to replay it. Number 5, the PvP mode. The PvP mode feels like Guild War in a good way, before they went the garbage route with the coalition. Every class has their weaknesses and their strengths. Like the sniper class, the sniper class, well, as a sniper and can cloak, the weakness is they cannot take any damage. They're like not a sponge at all. They can be weakened. However, the heavy can take a bunch of damage to himself. He can make a force field in front of him. But the problem is he's really slow. So if he starts taking hits, he's a dead man. Tactical is a good all-around character. He has good armor and good weapons. But the thing is, he's not stronger than heavies, but he's not weaker than the light. He's a good, perfect balance. He's the only one that can have 2 grenades with him, or 2 equipment with him. He's got a bolter and a lot more weapons than any other class. And of course, he's got the beacon ability, which, of course, tracks enemies around the area. It tracks those enemies and weakens them, which every team should have at least one of them. Then there's the melee expert, which, well, figures he's got a perfect balanced armor. He's got a shield that's basically invisible, but the thing is, he's slow when. If he wants to do any range damage, he needs to pull away his shield and use his pistol. But that leaves him open, and the pistol's not very strong either. But of course, he's great with close combat. The Vanguard is like, he's with light armor, which fine. His special ability is to give up close and personal with people, with his bolter gun being a medium to close range weapon. And of course, he owns got a short sword, or is it called a knife? Anywho, he's got a grappling hook. He's probably the only one who needs to be nerfed. Other than that, there's other classes, but I haven't played them yet. The assault class is jetpack, but if he's in the air, he needs to be a couple seconds in the air to even do damage. But the problem is, he's in the air for a couple seconds, so he can be shot out of the air. So he's a perfect balance. He's a good punishing character. So that's all I have to talk about the PvP. Of course, there's 3 modes on PvP. It's Siege Ground, which you're only trying to get to one spot. It's like King of the Hill, trying to take one spot and the spot moves. Then there's Capture and Control. Probably missing that, but Capture and Control is like 3 areas you need to capture, and of course you need to hold those 3 grounds, so on and so forth. Then there's Elimination, what it's called, which is basically Team Deathmatch, which is all great modes. Like I said, this game, they focused on quality than quantity. There's more maps for PvE mode coming out, there's a horde mode coming out, and there's going to be more maps for PvP and more modes for PvP. So they're not just sticking with these 3 modes. Now number 6, the gameplay. The gameplay is so satisfying. You know how if you play Space Marine 1, the first game was satisfying and fun, but this game takes it to a whole new level with a parry system, a dodge system, and you can see hordes and hordes of little Xenos coming at you like World War Z. It's beautiful, and somehow it doesn't drop my frames. I mean, I was gonna complain about the server issues, but they already fixed that with day 1 patch. And yes, I bought early access to it. So the gameplay feels polished. Other than that, the first game barely had any boss battles, which sucked. It only had 2 boss battles, and boss battles felt weak, in my personal opinion. The last one, these boss battles are beautiful, every boss battle is different, and there's so much enemy variety. Like I said, this game went quality over quantity, which I love this game. Now, that's all for the positives. Now let's talk about the negatives of this game.
Burn in holy fire!
Number 1, the bugs. There's little bugs, visual bugs here, like, yeah, it's only like visual, like, sometimes you can't scroll wheel. That's about it. Anyways, now, number 2, nothing. Yeah, server issues, and they've already fixed the server issues, which, what I gotta say, this is one of the best games I ever played. Is it Gears of War meets World War Z? It's a beautiful game with a satisfying gameplay, which I can play for hours on end. I give this game a 9 out of 10 ribbons. Not a perfect game, it still has stuff to put into the game. They already have a roadmap for adding more stuff into it. I recommend you buying this game. It's beautiful, its gameplay is satisfying, and it's all around a good game. Anyways, and please support Ocean Arts. She's a good artist, and she has over 300 subscribers right now. Go check out her channel, link in the description below. Anyways, that's all I got for today. I'll see you in the Emperor's Glory. My next review is gonna be T.B.I.Survivor.
I crave a bloodbath or a blood shower.